Hey, it's Cinco de Mayo. What do you got planned? Good morning, 8th graders. How are you all doing? Well, we've been having all kinds of problems with these Google Forms, but hopefully we've worked out the kinks. I don't know why it did what it did yesterday. It had that whole you need to put in an email thing. I don't think that's going to happen today. All right, so today's lesson has to do with the Cuban Missile Crisis. So as the Cold War was progressing, things began to get hotter and hotter. And one of the things that we didn't get into too much detail about has to do with the growth and the expansion of nuclear weapons. Well, those things come right up to our doorstep, and the danger that America and the whole world was in as a result of it. Okay, so I'm pretty sure tomorrow we're going to have our video conferencing. Thursday's out because I know Mr. Kiewitz already had some things planned. So I'm pretty sure tomorrow's going to be okay. I looked at our schedule. It looks like it's going to be there. So do me a favor, check out tomorrow. I think we'll have a video conferencing scheduled for then. In addition to that, we've got our guests today, Mrs. Harrison and Mrs. Donohue, and they made me laugh. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Have a great day. Hello, everybody. Look who we have. We've got up here and down there. We've got Mrs. Donohue and Miss Harrison.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, it's
Hi, everyone. Miss you all.
Terribly.
It's good to see both of you. So you both look happy. You both look healthy. But we got some bad news last week, as you know. So the school year has been officially canceled. I think we all kind of figured that was going to happen, but we're going to make the best of it. We're going to make the best of what we've got. So first, Mrs. Donohue, I want to ask you, how are you doing? What have you been up to?
I am doing great. Everything is fine. We're all healthy here, thankfully. Thank God. I miss everybody terribly. I miss my 7th grade chicks, and I miss my special 8th grade students. I miss being with you all, but we're doing good here. We're using our time, going for walks with the dog, out in the yard, gardening. So we're doing okay, trying to fill up our time, but miss you all terribly.
And Mrs. Harrison, how are you and what have you been up to?
I'm doing fine. I feel like I'm doing the same thing as Mrs. Donohue, doing gardening, taking long walks, missing the students tremendously. So sad not to be seeing them every day.
Yeah.
But doing well, thank you.
So I started last week bringing on 2 guests at a time, and I'm going to continue that. And the reason for that, it started obviously with the 6th grade teachers, with our 7th and 8th graders wanted to see them both. So I said, why don't I put them on at the same time? And then I had a brainstorm, and I thought to myself, I can't have Miss Donohue with her partner because I'm her partner. And I thought to myself, you know what, Miss Donohue already had a partner for so many years. And I know our 8th graders know it because didn't you guys teach our 8th graders together?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
They were wonderful. I love that class.
Oh my gosh, that is a top class. Top class you all are.
Now, do you remember how long you guys were partners together?
I think it was probably 9 years or so.
Yes.
Was it 9 years, Mrs. Harrison?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
9 years.
Around there.
It was a great run.
And what these guys don't know is that we were all partners many, 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 many moons ago.
That's right.
Well, I think it was around 2000, around 2002. We were all.
Yes.
Before then, I started with you guys. I started in '99, so.
You started in '99, but we moved into the middle school. We didn't move the middle school until later. If you remember, we started the middle school, I think, in 2001, 2002. That's when we and Mrs. Harrison and I shared a classroom.
That's right. And a desk in the back of the room. I think it was the room you're in now.
It is. In fact, what people don't know is I've only had one classroom. In all my years, I'm the only one who's only had a single classroom. That has always been mine. Now, I took a break, obviously, when I first started. I was down underneath the stairs, and then
I was there.
then we had that little hiatus where I did 5 years with Jim, and then we came back to doing this. But yeah, we've been around a long time, kids. We don't look like it.
Very long time.
Not our first rodeo.
All right, so the kids sent me a bunch of questions. We're gonna jump right in. Okay, so here we go. The questions from the students. So the first one goes to both of you guys, and there's kind of a two-part question with it. The first one is, what is your favorite book? And we'll start with you, Mrs. Harrison.
Little Women is my favorite book by Louisa May Alcott. Love it. And Joe's my favorite character. A woman before her time.
And Mrs. Donohue?
Oh, hands down, my favorite is To Kill a Mockingbird. And so many great characters, but if I have to say, I'm going to go with Boo. I'm going to go with Arthur Radley.
All right, they'd like to know about sports teams. Do you guys have favorite sports teams?
I do. I love the Mets. Love the Mets. Miss them.
If I have a favorite team, it's by default. Whatever everybody else is watching in this house, that's what I'm watching. I don't really follow sports all that much, but here we are Mets fans and we are Islander fans. And when it comes to football, there's all sorts of teams that they like.
What about Patrick and Jack? Patrick and Jack must have been big fans of something.
Same thing. Well, they're big hockey fans, so they're Islanders. But Patrick being down in North Carolina, I figured, what's the team down there that they follow?
Panthers?
The Hurricanes?
Oh, the Hurricanes. Yeah, Hurricanes. Someone wants to know, what do you think the most important part of speech is, Mrs. Donohue?
Do I get to know who wants to know?
No.
Well,
We all want to know.
the lowly preposition. It's really the mighty preposition. You know your prepositions, you're going to save yourself a lot of aggravation. Preposition it is.
Preposition is. Would you like to sing the preposition song for us while you're?
I don't know the preposition song.
Oh,
I don't know the preposition. I think it begins like with a boy. It goes along to what does it go to? Yankee Doodle? No.
Yes. Above about a.
Yankee Doodle, a boy about a boat.
You know what? Don't worry about it. We'll come back to it. Mrs. Harrison, this one is for you because you've taught so many things over the many years. You've been in and out of all kinds of grade levels, been a specialist in the building. So that being said, some of our students would like to know, which is your favorite subject to teach?
Oh, but math, of course. I love teaching math. And science comes second.
Now, a lot of people probably don't know you used to be known as the math fairy.
I still am.
You still are?
I still have my magic wand. Sprinkle that fairy dust on them so they do so well.
Has it worked out?
It does. It's amazing how so many students just thrive.
a little fairy dust on them. Okay.
A little fairy dust.
All right. So within that vein, for both of you, they would like to know, what is the thing you most enjoy teaching? Not subject, but since it's math, it could be obviously fractions or whatever the case may be. So Mrs. Donohue, we'll start with you. While teaching language arts, what's your most favorite thing to teach?
Grammar.
Grammar.
Love to teach grammar. Because I think people don't put a lot of importance on it. In years past, it was grammar. Then we took a little bit of a break from it, and we realized the importance of grammar. Love to teach grammar. Love those parts of speech. Love putting sentences together. love punctuation. How can you not? It's the best.
You know what? I think there's a lot of people at home right now thinking, how can I not love punctuation? Is she crazy?
There
Like,
is nothing.
I love a good semicolon as much as the next person.
Yes.
Who doesn't like a semicolon?
With an adverbial conjunction.
Oh, I had that once, but I got a shot and had it removed. All right. Mrs. Harrison, how about you? While teaching math, what's your favorite thing to teach?
I love Pie Day. We have so much fun with it. We make t-shirts, do a lot of cutting of pies of different shape, different circles, cookies and pizza pie. And we have a lot of fun on Pie Day. We celebrate it all day.
I would imagine. Okay, so here's an interesting question. Well, I'll put it this way. So, what upset you most when you found out that the school year was over? So there's so much that we're going to get to miss, but what upset you most when you found out that we would not be going back?
I just felt terrible not to be able to say goodbye to the 8th graders, to see them graduate. They're such a wonderful class, and my heart breaks for them. That really upsets me.
Yeah.
And of course, not to say goodbye to all the students, but especially the 8th graders.
Yeah. I think for myself as well as what Mrs. Harrison said, but I know that I'm going to miss the closing school mass. When we had all the students participate in that, our last time having Eucharist together, so many things that we had planned and that we do at the end of the year, and not to be able to do those, to the award ceremonies, field day, all of those great things that we do together as a St. Mary's School family. But it reminds me of stories that my grandfather used to tell, how his life was different during the Depression and all these stories. And here they are. They'll have stories to tell, that is for sure.
Yeah.
Albeit not happy ones, but
Each generation has something like this that they have to go through and stuff. And our kids are as tough as any other generation. They'll make it through.
St. Mary tough.
Okay. We're going to get some t-shirts made. A big, brawny St. Mary, big, strong, muscular.
Stay strong.
All right, so here we're going to finish with this question from the kids. So the kids, this was a fabulous question. So like myself, you guys have been there for decades. So of all of our years and all of our days, which day do you remember the most from your time at St. Mary's School?
For me, I think it was the day that Stephen McDonald came to speak with the students.
So why don't you tell the kids who Stephen McDonald is?
Stephen McDonald was a police officer, a New York City police officer, who was shot in the line of duty and was paralyzed from the neck down. And it was a terrible situation, but he then became a speaker, an inspirational speaker, and went to schools and taught about forgiveness, how he forgave the young boys who shot him. And he spoke about his life. And he was just such an inspiration to so many, many people. And I remember him coming to St. Mary's School and speaking to the students, and what an inspiration that was. And I will remember that day.
And Mrs. Harrison, how about you?
I think the day that moved me the most was last year, when the students, they dedicated the yearbook to me. And I was so taken aback and so moved that the beautiful words that were said reminded me what a wonderful community we have, and so caring. I had a rough year before that. It really just was so beautiful that day. I'll never forget it.
Well, I'm glad that you guys both had nice positive memories, because there are some bad days, but you decided to look on the bright side. I like that. Here we go. So now, as you know, I always save one question for last. This one's a complete surprise, completely out of left field. Now, I'll give you a second to think about it. I don't think it's too hard a one. So, you are going to go on a trip anywhere in the world. Got it?
Ooh.
And you must take someone famous with you, past or present. Where are you going and who are you taking?
Ooh. Interesting.
Past or present, the person?
Past or present. Well, the place has to be present.
Right. Where am I going? Oh my gosh.
We've only got so much time.
Let's see.
June is creeping up. Anytime would be great.
I would like to take with me perhaps my father, who's passed.
He's not famous.
Famous. Well, he's famous for me. All right.
No, we need a famous person and a place.
I'll take the Pope with me.
Which one?
The current one.
His name is Francis.
And we will go to Patagonia.
Patagonia.
For those of you at home, go look up where Patagonia is. All right, Miss Harrison. I don't think it's gonna be hard to match that, but I certainly know you can do it in a lot less time.
I'd like to take Neil Armstrong and take a trip to the International Space Station. That's where I'd like to go.
Ooh.
See how
but that's
easy
not
it
this
is, Mrs.
girl.
Donahue?
Yeah, well, I went first there, so I gave her some extra time. That's what partners do. That's what partners do, right, partner?
That's right, partner.
Okay, so, all right, so I'm going to let you guys go. Miss Donahue, get ready to walk your dog and eat your broccoli. And Miss Harrison, you get your guitars from behind you. You get ready for your band concert tonight. And we will let's say goodbye to everybody. So long, everybody.
See you
So
soon.
long, everybody.